There she goes. Crushed it. All right, welcome back, everybody. On the Skunkworks 395 XP. John Bob Millwright built it. It's a ripper. Okay, so that piece of limb or whatever it was that fell from that tree was from a previous tree that I fell in that direction like 2 weeks prior to this day. Okay? To the day that I'm cutting right here. 2 weeks that hung on that long. And this tree didn't touch anything there. So it didn't come from anything off of this tree. And this tree didn't disturb it. Just the ground shaking enough and a little bit of snow and a little bit of weather change allowed that thing to drop out of nowhere. So I just wanted to do a voiceover right here and just say one more reason to always stay heads up. Thanks, everybody. Another reason I choose to run longer bars. Okay, as the wood gets bigger, bigger, small, I like to use a longer bar. Those of you that have been there a while, you know that, right? Here's one of my reasons why. Okay, reason I like to use a longer bar, I'm a firewood cutter, right? Okay, but it's so when you're cutting a log and there's a possibility of it pinching or whatever, right? Of it pinching. If I'm bored clear into the piece of wood, clear up to the dogs, no matter how long of a bar I got, if I go straight to the dogs and I'm just cutting away and I'm not paying attention to that curve, I'm looking off and all of a sudden I missed something of where it's a pressure point, whether it's tension or compression and how it's laying. If I'm just right? And it pinches me, I got my whole bar in there, right? But if I'm using the end portion of my bar, the far end portion of my bar, if I see it, if I don't see it, it pinches me. I've only got that much of the, I mean, I still have the same amount of bar in there, right? But I don't have a whole bunch sitting way out. So I only got to open that up enough to get, say, this much out, as opposed to the whole bar, right? Does that make sense? I don't know how I don't know how to explain it super good, but that's one of the reasons. And here I'll show you why. I'll show you why, what I'm talking about, okay? Okay, now back to what I was saying. Back to what I was saying about using, when I talk about using the end of the bar, I mean this out here. From here in, utilizing this part of your bar. More so than right here at the dogs out. Okay? I understand it. Big wood, when you got full length, when the wood's as long as your bar is, you got no choice. You're going to be on the dogs. But for stuff like this that isn't as big as my bar is, I prefer to use from here out, right? The reason I do, I'm gonna demonstrate it, but what I'm gonna demonstrate is right on the dogs, and it's gonna be a scenario to where it starts to pinch. Okay? Now, I work with dead wood, so it's lighter than green wood, right? So it can break, it will break easier than green wood. Green wood is stronger, right? Yes. Okay. So anyway, if I'm clearing here at the dogs like this and I go down through and it starts to pinch, what do I have to do? If it pinches far enough, I can't come up, right? I have to go back out. So I have to, if I'm clearing here like this and it starts to pinch hard, pinch fast because I got her wide open, and I look down and I just notice that it's pinching, I got to go like this. Well, until that chain stops, it's still cutting, right? So as opposed to having to come out this far to get it out of the wood and away from the pinch, if I'm here and I notice it, I'm out of the wood, right? Right. So I'll demonstrate it in a cut. It's not actually going to pinch my bar, I don't think, but I'll demonstrate and talk about it. Okay, see where that bar's at? Say it started to close fast because it's got lots of pressure on it, right? So it got lots of compression, right? It's compressed hard against my bar, and it starts to pinch, and I reboot, and reboot, and reboot, and by the time I get there, it's pinched, and I'm in there, right? As opposed to if I'm cutting this way, Where's the end of my bar? Just barely out of the wood, right? Just barely out of the wood, enough to make the cut. So now I see it start to pinch. You time it. Which one's faster? This, from here, out of the wood, or that out of the wood? Right? Which one gives you more control of the chainsaw? Okay? Just a little. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like I said earlier, I hope it helps somebody somewhere down the line, or maybe it helps somebody today. You never know. All right. Well, that'll be the end of this segment. Appreciate everybody watching. Hope you're enjoying the content and our little adventures that we go here and there in different places, and yeah, taking advantage of cutting wood this far into winter. Because if we don't get a whole bunch of snow, well, fire season comes, in the summer. It comes anyway, pretty much no matter what, whether we get snow or not. But you never know. I might get shut out of the woods early in the summer. So this will offset. This will make up for that, I guess. I hope. All right, everybody. Love you all. Take care and be safe. TazMan is rolling. Stay tuned for the splitting part of this. Splitting and hauling. Loading and hauling. Oh, yeah. All right. Stay tuned.